All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have everybody take their seats. We're gonna get started. Thank you, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a packed house here at the Ely off the commercial real estate office here in Woodland Hills. For those of you who have not been here to this amazing office, we have our host here, Greg Offsay. Thank you, Greg. Thanks. Say hi to everybody online.
Hello. Thanks for joining us online. Thanks for being here in our offices. The real host is Todd Nathanson, but we are the company representatives in the CCIM Greater LA chapter. Rachel and myself and Francisco here. We're co-moderating the broker forum this morning. So thank you for all of you who are here in person. Thank you for everyone who joined online, who either couldn't be here in person or chose to stay online. We're happy to have you either way. Welcome here to the broker forum.
Perfect, perfect. So for those of you who have not been to this program before, this is hosted by the CCIM Greater Los Angeles chapter. And what we do here on this forum is that we endeavor to have our community come together, number one, and also share their listings, have the opportunity to talk about it, have their ability to ask questions, be engaged, and now for those of you who are in person, for everybody to meet. So this is a great opportunity. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through our set of slides. We have an agenda. For those of you who have questions for listings, or if you have any comments, you're welcome to raise your hand, ask. We've had people in the past, do their infomercial. We ask that everybody be respectful of everybody's time. We do have a schedule, but just to let everybody know, this is our format. Well, we'll get started. So DJ, let's kick it off. We can start with our slides. And can everybody hear us online? Can somebody unmute so we can hear you?
We got a thumbs up.
You got a thumbs up.
I hear you.
Okay.
All right. Let's keep going. So yes, we introduced everybody. Thank you, Greg and Rachel, for joining and becoming our moderators here today. Let's continue on. So first and foremost, this broker forum would not be possible without the support of our sponsors and our board members who, in essence, make this possible. So we're going to have some time to recognize them, and then after, we're going to have a sponsor highlight. So we'll continue on, and we'll thank our sponsors. So platinum sponsor, CoStar. For those of you who use CoStar on a daily basis, they are supporting our chapter, and we're very happy to have them continue to support us for many years. And now we also have our gold sponsor, First American Exchange Company. For those of you who are looking for our gold sponsor, we have their information as well. We'll continue on. Silver sponsors, Gibraltar 1031 Exchange. We have Ely, we have Asset Preservation, and Kingsbarn Real Estate Capital. Continue. And we have Business Finance Capital, who obviously, for those of you who are a user, they're a big proponent for our community. And now, our sponsor highlights for today. We're going to have Greg and Rachel talk a little more about their company, what they do, and how they support our chapter. Go for it, guys.
So, Ely Commercial Real Estate, this is our office. Welcome. We're a full-service brokerage and property management company. This office downstairs houses our brokerage team, and then upstairs we have administrative, accounting, and property management. We're about 50 people total, half upstairs, half downstairs, with all of our agents down here out in the field as well. We primarily service the Southern California, Greater LA, Ventura, Orange County areas, but we do also help clients with properties nationwide. We're affiliated with CCIM. We're affiliated through our brokerage with a network called Retail Brokers Network, RBN. We have sister companies in every major metro across the country. So we, as a boutique firm, are still able to help our clients with any need they have anywhere in the country. I think we have a few other slides here, but we are.
DJ, can you go to the next slide?
we're happy to provide our clients with our services in, as I mentioned, those categories: leasing, investment sales, property management, and we do have a gentleman in the office who does capital markets as well. So we can really help our clients through every stage of the cycle of investment in real estate. We've been acknowledged by LA Business Journal, CoStar, Crexi as, you know, for our excellence in brokerage, property management. We really strive to provide professional, personal service to our clients in all facets of our company. We have almost 500 listings throughout just the greater LA and Ventura County areas. We're very hands-on with our clients, and we treat their properties as though they're our own. So if you have any needs yourself or any clients that you're needing assistance with servicing, whether it be co-brokering, we've done a bunch of that with our friends and peers in the industry, or property management services for a client who's not yet ready to sell a property that you're looking to lease. We definitely partner with our friends who only do investment sales, who need a leasing partner or property management. We're very respectful of those relationships, and we're, you know, happy to share, happy to collaborate with any of our friends in the industry.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions for Greg? I have a question. So for those of you who are online, you guys are welcome to unmute and ask questions during this time for our sponsor highlight. So for both of you guys, we have our slides. You guys have impressive accolades. You guys are well. You have your presence all over Southern California. Can you tell us a little something personal that about you, about the firm that, you know, it's not really on the slides and on the marketing brochures? I mean, something about your personal service to the clients. I mean, I understand this business is all about relationships, and I mean, if you can kind of share a little narrative, or I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but I just
That's fine.
kind of get to know you more and
Sure.
learn how you work.
I'm born and raised in LA. I went to USC. I've literally never lived anywhere but LA. I met Todd, who's the owner of the company, a couple months after I graduated college. I've been with Illy for 18 years ever since then. Like I said, we treat the properties as though they're our own. I drove by one of my listings last night and texted a client because there was some graffiti that I wanted to get attended to. I hung around a listing, a showing one day because there was a leak and he sent a plumber right away. Most brokers go to the meeting, show the property, and then leave. We keep our eyes open because we have property management. All of our agents are trained to really keep our eyes open and see the properties deeper than just surface level face value. We really do, you know, have a collaborative team here. We don't manage all the properties that our team brokers. We don't broker all the properties that our team manages, but we're all sort of trained to look at the properties holistically and treat our clients with respect as though they're part of our family. Illy really is a family. In 2007, when I met Todd, there were 5 people in the company. Now there's 50 or so, give or take. So yeah, we've grown a lot, and we pride ourselves on the service we provide to our clients.
Amazing. That's great. That gave me more color, and I hope everybody got to know a little more about Illy Commercial Real Estate. And thank you, Todd. Thank you for hosting us. We are very appreciative for CCIM Greater Los Angeles. We've had various hosts who have hosted us in the past, and it's no small feat to have strangers in your office.
No, not strangers.
Yeah, but you know, we're friends, but you know, I mean, welcoming people to come in and opening up your office, and we appreciate that. But in terms of the rest of the program, we're going to now start for our listing presentations. So for those of you, how many people here are presenting that are in the office? Okay, great. So for those of you who are in the office, what you're going to do is you're going to come up. We're gonna try to have you probably position where I'm standing here so that they can see you and also hear you as well.
Or outside, so you don't really walk around.
Well, that's true. Yeah,
Either way.
either way. So yeah. As long as they can hear you, because we do it that folks will be asking questions and you can be ready to present. One thing too that we also share with everybody that because this is also recorded, we are live streamed right now on YouTube, on Facebook. This is all video. And in the age of AI, you can now snip it, you can use marketing, and we provide this for the community. We post it on YouTube. So present, leverage this tool so that you guys can share with your clients and let them know you're sharing the listings. So this is just one tool that you can use. So for everybody, just be mindful for the presentation and then have a question and answer sequence after. So we'll get started. All right. DJ. All right, we have Katie.
Great, I'll do the ice breaking. Well, that was a good ice. Thank you. So first of all, I will just mention that I did bring some printouts for everyone, and I brought a few printouts of different properties if you are interested in taking a look. My name is Katie Presley Wilson. I'm with CBRE. We specialize in multifamily and land for development of multifamily. Today, I'm presenting a 5 single-family home rental opportunity. It's a compound, essentially, just below Runyon Canyon. It's 5 single-family homes. They average over 2,000 square feet each. There are 3 and 4 bedrooms. The main house at the very back, the owner, who I believe had intended to do an owner occupancy, spent $500,000 renovating this house, and then they put it up for sale. It's got a swimming pool in the back. Each house has its own dedicated yard space. It's beautiful, quite honestly. It's they're vintage units in terms of being 1920s, 1930s construction, but they've been well maintained. 4 of them have HVAC in them. They all have private garages. They all have in-unit washer, dryer, laundry rooms. We're asking $8,025,000. It's just over a 4 cap, but this is really an ideal situation for an owner user. It's really great if you have a family that's all looking to live together, or if they want to do some interesting Airbnb type of thing. This could be interesting for that as well. I would say call us for tours. We're not doing an open house here, but we do have a vacancy, so we can show it easily. And we are cooperating with brokers, so show your clients and give us a call.
Oh, nice.
Does anybody have any questions?
You said they're all 2 or 3 bedroom
3 or
homes?
4 bedrooms.
Oh, 3 or 4 bedroom homes.
All 2 stories. They all have private patios, 4 balconies, and private yards.
Okay. Interesting.
And how long are the lease terms?
So this is rent control. They have technically 2 vacancies now, although I believe they are reviewing applicants on one of them. I think they're all month to month at this point, except for the main house. They just signed a lease for $11,000 per month. And they just signed that probably about 6 months ago.
Do you know what the original envision was? Was it always for income?
No, I don't know that because they were built so long ago. There are 2 driveways. This house here has its own personal driveway and garage. And then the other driveway goes along this side, and they all share the driveway to get to their garages. So I think one play could be that you could look to parcel it out, but I know that that's not an easy like overnight type of thing, but it would be interesting in terms of a condominium or like putting an HOA on there. That could be an interesting play.
It's a great area.
Yeah.
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 No issue with historical, it's not historical.
No, I haven't seen that it's come up on any of the historical websites. But I think the city, like if you tried to demolish this, it's a 27,000 square foot lot. I think they would be up in arms to be quite honest. So I would.
Do you know how many ADUs you can have?
Don't know. I would imagine. So because it's 1 APN, I'm not exactly sure, but I would think you have enough space to do 1 per home. So
Okay.
there's a lot of things.
How many units are there?
5.
Do you have the printout of that one?
Yeah, it's right here.
I do. Let me see.
I can have it.
We can
Yeah.
get that.
What's the whole thing? Did you put the
income for the ADU and like another pro forma. I'm not in multi-family, but that sounds like kind of the icing on the cake to me.
Absolutely. We don't have that, but we could look into it. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Well,
Perfect.
great listing.
Great listing.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for jumping.
And one
The
more.
next one?
maybe.
Next
Yeah.
one. Yes, next one, JJ.
All right, so we just took this 31 unit apartment building in Van Nuys to market. This is comprised mostly of bachelor units and singles. 21 of the units have already undergone renovation and they've proven out the market rents. So it's a pretty easy value add situation to do the remaining 10 units. We're going in cap rate of a 5. The exit cap would be closer to a 6 once you do the value add situation. We're doing an open house on Tuesday of this coming week from 11 to 2. You can come by anytime during the hours of 11 and 2 to walk a handful of units and walk around the property. I've also included my cell phone number under my name. If you have questions, text me. That is like the fastest way I can respond to you. And if you can't see that, it's, well, I don't know if everyone has notes, but it's on the printout as well. And I think that's it. We had one more, but I think we took it off because we went into it.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right, this is my listing with one of my partners, Brandon. It's a freestanding 10,000 square foot building with a 2,000 square foot mezzanine in Santa Monica. For those who are familiar with Santa Monica, it's the former Tuesday Morning retail store at the corner of 9th and Santa Monica Boulevard. We have it on the market both for sale and for lease, just to explore our options. On the sales side, we're aiming for mid 8 million range, but there is some flexibility there depending on the terms of what a buyer needs. Timeline. It's really beautiful, open space, high ceilings, exposed wood, concrete floors, kind of move-in ready for a retail showroom type tenant. We've had interest from various fitness uses and other creative uses that want to explore changing the use of the city. Ownership is open. We are a little underparked. There's a small lot in the back with 10 parking spaces. We have parking, but it's not, abundant.
Good high ceilings though.
You do have very high ceilings. Yes. It's I think it's 16 feet to the headers. And
It's kind of like a mezzanine.
18 to the deck. There's a mezzanine in the front portion that fronts Santa Monica Boulevard. Partial structural, not 100% sure, but we probably with some reinforcement for the bridge investment.
Right along that car dealer road, whatever.
Yeah.
So it'd be good.
Yeah.
Retail.
Yeah, or a small car dealership or something that wants a showroom. Questions? Move on to the next one. All right, I'll keep going. This is a 54,000 square foot multi-tenant industrial property that we have in Gardena. It's technically LA County, not the city of Gardena, but it has a Gardena mailing address. There are 3 tenants that occupy a total of 6 units. It's fully leased. All the tenants have been there for well over 20 years. One of the tenants been there 40, one's been there over 30. 2 of the tenants recently renewed for only 1 year. We expect that they'll renew longer term under new ownership. Our team manages this property. We are on the market to sell it. We have some offers. We are getting close to something, but we're definitely open to seeing interest. At this asking price, it represents a 6.25 going in cap rate. And there's definitely some flexibility there. Really nice site right off the freeway in Gardena. Let's move on to the next one. This is a multi-tenant office building, currently partially owner occupied. He occupies a very small office in the back, but it could be occupied by a user who wants more. All the tenants are month to month. The building itself is 4,700 square feet in change, a little more than that. There's about 1,300 square feet on the ground level. The rest of it's on the second floor. It does have shared driveway access with the other building next door that we sold last year to an owner user dental practice. It's possible that this building could have some medical use. We've looked into it, converting the ground level space to another dental office, but maybe it could be some other medical use if you had an owner user who wanted medical office on the ground, maybe some administrative office upstairs. Could be a really good SBA opportunity for a small owner user. Also someone who wants to occupy and have rental income that's split up into multiple units, small offices ranging from 400 square feet up to 2,100 square feet. Right on Laurel Canyon between the 101 freeway and Riverside, across from Gelson's, if you're familiar with Valley Village or Studio City. Prime location, really easy access to the rest of the valley, Hollywood, great location.
How much parking?
There's about 16 spaces on this parcel. Some of them are covenanted to the other space from a licensing perspective for the medical, but in practicality, they're still usable. So there's some dedicated for each side, and then some that are shared. Next one. This is an interesting listing as well in North Hollywood, a little further north on Lancashire near Sherman Way. It's a 11,600 square foot building over 2 floors. Currently owner occupied by New Directions for Youth. We're a nonprofit providing youth outreach programs and family services to the community. They would consider a lease back for probably a 1-year term to start of all or a portion of the building. So if we had someone who wanted to occupy or rent out some portion of it, they would lease back the rest. We're asking 2,875. We recently lowered the price, and there's definitely some more flexibility in that price. They're motivated to sell it. And if that lease back is helpful to somebody who wants to do something long term on the site, something different long term, that provides some cash flow in the interim while you figure that out. There is a billboard here, which is also very under market. They have a few years remaining on the current term, but once that expires, if you're savvy, you could renegotiate that billboard lease and get some more income. It's about a 17,500 square foot lot. You can see in the aerial that it's kind of a narrow, deep lot. There's a flag lot behind it that I sold back in 2020. That's currently on the market with the broker who represented that buyer. That address is 7309. So it's possible you could buy both parcels and have almost an acre. That property behind is on a lease, 5-year lease with a national auto parts distribution company. So the two combined, you have even more income coming in from the auto parts, and then you own that contiguous land, and long term, it's a really good play. There are no questions. Let's move on to the next presenter.
Hey guys, I'm James. I work out of the LA office here. This is a property in Malibu. 28955 Pacific Coast Highway at PCH in Canaan Dune. It's directly across from the Point Dune Colony and just down from Broad Beach. Yeah, we're about 60% occupied. We're asking, as you can see, 7.9 million. Out of the box, it's about a 4% cap as is. Could work for an owner user or an investor. There's upside to about an 8 or 9% cap. All of the available space is, for the most part, on the ground floor. It's about 3,000 on the second floor there, but we can make it all contiguous by cutting holes in the building. We do have $3 million in assumable financing available, locked in at 3.625% for the next 4.5 years. And yeah, that's what it is. Any questions? Nothing.
I think you had told me at one point the seller would carry on that one too.
The seller would consider carry. It is subject to the lender on the first.
Got it.
So.
Okay.
All right, next slide. And here on the other side of town, we have 1361 Newton Street, downtown Los Angeles, kind of wedged between the Fashion and Arts District. We are asking about 1.7 million. Seller is willing to carry 5-year term, interest only at 5.5% with 600,000 down. As you can see, it is about 5,000 square feet. Can be delivered vacant. We're actually in the process of evicting a tenant at the moment, but we have our detainer, so they'll be out very, very soon. We're estimating within the next couple of weeks. We've got about 14 to 16 feet clearance throughout, 5 tons of HVAC on the roof, servicing the 3 private offices. There's an ADA restroom and a shower. And also a roll-up with about 12 feet of clearance, curb cut, so you can drive in and park inside. No parking on site. The neighbors are Coca-Cola and LAUSD. They've all got private lots. So nobody on the block is parking outside. It's all pretty much available.
What kind of use is it right now, or what's the use?
Well, an iffy use at the moment.
Oh, okay.
We thought they were going to be event planners. Turned out they were doing a speakeasy.
Oh.
Lovely people, just not into permits.
They were planning events.
Planning events for even underage people. So it's lovely.
So I have a question because I have a banquet hall looking for a space. So the only issue would be parking.
Yeah.
So do you think that use would be approved there?
Probably not. And that's all I've got. Very nice to meet you all.
Thank you, James. Thank you. All right, we have Sherry. Sherry, are you online with us?
Sherry?
Sherry, going once. Going twice. All right, we'll get back to you, Sherry. What's the next slide? Keep going. Oh, yours truly. Great. So to give you guys some story on this one, we have a Mexican market. For those of you who are doing retail, we have a tenant who's open to doing a sale leaseback. I do have new insight that the business is also for sale. So right now, they're doing probably close to between 500 and 600 in terms of gross sales per month on average. Right now, I'm getting more insight as to the details of the equipment, and just that's a new finding for this site. It was a sale leaseback at 6.5 cap. So we have some flexibility in the price, but this is for those of you who know Compton, Alondra, Long Beach Boulevard, that's closest cross street to this restaurant, to this market. But they have alcohol, they serve alcohol. It's a full grocery. So for those of you who have grocery tenants or grocery operators, this would be a great opportunity. So for those of you, does anybody have any questions?
Do you happen to know the EBITDA?
EBITDA? Oh man, I don't. This is, I would say I'm barely gonna get, I would say a P&L. And the way, I mean, they do a lot of cash, so that's why it's kind of,
How long have they operated here?
I think so. The current owner, I know the site. It's been a Mexican restaurant for a while, but the current owner, I'm gonna say at least the last 4 or 5 years. Let me double check on that because I know that there was an original partnership beforehand, but then somebody got bought out and now it's sold. So, but yeah. You got it?
What's the building size?
Building size, it is about 12,000 square feet. So yeah, I missed that. So it's about 12,000 square feet. The bottom floor is about 10,000, and then there's some office space upstairs, which is about close to 2,000 square feet. They have all of their data room, their office, their cameras, everything's upstairs, and they have everything on the first floor. So it's pretty.
So why are they selling?
Why? Their current ownership has other ventures. The ownership has multiple businesses, and they're just done with this business. If that makes sense. And we found them at the right place at the right time. Someone else? No? But yeah, so for those of you who are interested, let me know, and I'm happy to get more insight. Cool. So thank you. Next slide. Alex. I forgot to mention, I do have an LOI on this right now. We're going back and forth. So it's, yes, I do have, we're close. So,
For the property or the business?
both. That's how I found out about the business.
Alex Rodriguez with the Alexander Group. It's kind of a unique property in Somas. It's a nice area in between Camarillo and Moore Park. It has a few uses, mostly owner-user play. There's a small house there, which can be used, classified as a secondary dwelling with the ADUs, all the ADU stuff that's come out recently. In the past, you could only have an 800 square foot house, but now you can have a 1,200 square foot house. And you can put whatever you want behind it, as big as the home as you want. It can also be used agricultural. Was most recently rented out as a raspberry farm. About 10 years, and then with all the ice stuff that happened, people got a little squeamish about it, and they moved. It's had raspberries, it's had lemons, it's had avocados, and the other opportunity is for an equestrian use. So a lot of horse country up there. There's a veterinary, equestrian veterinary right across the street. So it's got a few different uses, and I think we might have a video. DJ, can you wrap that up?
Yes.
Just to give you a bit of a vision of what can be done there. Just under 3.7. It's priced at about 110 an acre, which is nice. That's it.
Nice.
All right. Nice
So-
video.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I
That was very cool.
For those who don't know, Alex is a board member and the president-elect of our chapter.
Thanks so much.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
Congrats.
Any questions?
So is it required? I know when you buy land that's agricultural rules in Ventura County that you have to keep it agricultural. So is,
Well, my knowledge is no restriction against equestrian per se.
okay,
It's zoned AE 40, so it's agricultural 40. You cannot subdivide it anymore. There's 2 APNs, but it's treated as one parcel. So you couldn't, put a few houses. You could put one house and keep the other house there as an accessory property.
so in terms of the water, there's no water rights, right? So.
There's a well that's not being used. The property has access to county water.
So
as opposed to
Cayenne
zone
is-
mutual water, but it does have water rights. All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
That's the end of our listing presentation for today.
You think I could make a presentation? I didn't register for it.
Go right ahead. A few minutes.
Thanks. I have some brochures. I've got an enterprise rental car. Thanks. Yeah. So essentially it's 4.6 cap in Simi Valley, rented to enterprise rental car. And we've got until 2030 on lease. So it's a pretty clean, easy kind of investment, and sellers motivated. We just lowered the price from 2.2 to $1,950,000. We had an offer at $1.8 million, and we probably should have looked harder at it. So fortunately we did. But actually this is a two-part presentation. I've been doing a lot of transactions out of state. So what I would do, since I only have a California license, is I would call a local agent and ask them if I could use their license. I've been doing this for years and I thought it was really weird. So I created a platform, a collaboration platform. So if you go on there, essentially you can negotiate with somebody. We already have 500 vetted agents across the country. So if you need to do a deal in Kansas, you find one of our vetted partners, and essentially you just put in an offer. You say, I want you to do just a couple of showings. I want to use your license, and I'll split it with you 50-50. Or I just want to use your license, I'll pay you $3,000, whatever. So you can collaborate online with people in other states, because right now I just felt like I didn't know what I was doing in these different states, like in terms of the rules. There's turf states, there's different types of regulations in each state. Some you can do full service, like you can be there and you can show properties, you can negotiate. Some states you can't. So we went through all our attorneys and we figured out what you can and can't do in every state. And we just organized it, and there's been a huge following. And so I'm really excited. It's like a whole new division that I'm starting. So
Interesting.
yeah, so I've got some business cards if you guys want to check out the site. Yeah,
What's it called?
license link up.
Well, Lance, thank you so much for coming. Yeah.
Sure.
Appreciate you sharing your listing. All right, so we're gonna keep going to the end of the presentation. We actually have
You should go on there.
we have events coming up.
You see,
Vanilla.
Manila. Yeah, I was living in Manila. That's so cool.
Realty One, for those of you who are in Marina Del Rey, does anybody go out that way? Yeah, all right. So we're gonna host our next broker forum in Marina Del Rey. So for those of you who are interested in learning more about how to host the broker forum, we've had multiple groups reach out to us. We are moving this around all over, because we cover LA County, Ventura County. Again, there's just different counties that chapter is involved with. I mean, we go all the way to Santa Barbara. For those of you who are aware of the CCIM Greater Los Angeles chapter, we have a widespread, and we're trying to take the show on the road. So for those of you who have sites, let us know. We're put it in the queue. The more people that want a particular site, we're gonna focus more on those, and then migrate. Obviously, we're gonna check with the board, because everybody, we have a very lengthy event schedule. For those of you, we're going to continue on and show you the next wave of events that are coming up. You want to pull up the next slide, DJ? Okay. Rachel, do you want to share?
Sure. We have some upcoming events that are exciting. The first one is Unlocking Site to Do Business. That's a actual course, May 8th from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's in Anaheim. The address is listed right below there on Orangewood Avenue. We also have the World of Exchanges on May 14th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. The location is to be determined. And the CI 101 course is May 26th to the 29th. It's in person, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it's in Culver City. So anyone who's looking to get designated, it's a good place to start. Oh, we have a few more. Connect LA 2026 is May 28th from 11:15 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. It's at the Intercontinental downtown. And we have the Dealmakers Award chapter submission deadline on May 30th. That's at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and that is online. You can email your submission form to info@ccimla.com.
What's the criteria?
That's a good question.
So the criteria, we have all the different asset classes that we're going. I'm sorry, who has the question? Yes, we have all the asset classes that we're going to be reviewing. This is actually our first time we're doing it here locally. So we're trying to get everybody's participation. So for those of you who are in equity, debt, structured finance, multifamily, industrial, we're going to endeavor to put everything together. But again, we encourage more participation because we want to highlight the chapter members. We want to be able to give you guys, because we have a highly active chapter and they're not here in the room right now. And for you, if you don't know who's in the chapter or everybody doesn't know, we're getting to know more about Easy Commercial. I love the fact that I'm learning more about what you're doing because I have potential referrals, and it's just this is an opportunity for you to engage, but also recognize transactions and be engaged. So I encourage everybody, if you have a transaction, submit it, just submit it. So anybody? Yeah.
In order, you don't have to be a CCIM designee or candidate to join the chapter. The chapter is open to anybody in the real estate, commercial real estate community. You can be a member of our chapter. And we do encourage people to go through the designation program. It's great education, great networking opportunities. As Rachel mentioned, our chapter is sponsoring CI 101, the 101 basic, intro to investment analysis course in May locally. I highly recommend anyone who's considering doing the education to do it in person. You then learn in person in a collaborative environment, and you're in a classroom with 20 or 30 other people who get to network. I personally have half a dozen or more listings from people who I met in CCIM classes. I also have recruited people to our company that moved to LA from other states. I took one of my classes in Vegas, and a friend that I met there contacted me 2 years later and said, I'm moving to LA, tell me about Elite, and he joined our company. So you just never know. It's a great network, really good opportunities to get together in person, online, and flex the network. So we really encourage participation locally at our events, nationally through the greater CCIM organization. And if you're interested, contact any of us, Rachel, myself, Francisco, anyone on the board. We'd be more than happy to discuss.
How many people have you got in the chapter?
I think we're over 250 or something like that. I mean, it fluctuates every year, right? And right now, I think I'll get back on that one.
Yeah, so thank our sponsors once again. I don't think we need to go through every single one again, but thank you all. Here's a link if you want to join the chapter. Again, you don't have to be a CCIM to join the chapter. We'd love to have you as part of our network locally. We've got a lot more programs set up. These are just the ones that Rachel mentioned are the most immediate, and we've got programs all throughout the year.
Okay, thank you, everybody. I hope everybody had a great everything. Everybody on Zoom.
Yeah. Any questions from anyone on Zoom?
I wanted to ask if I could present a couple of listings, if it's all right. If it's too late, that's totally fine.
We might be towards the end. Cut us off next time. Cut us off.
No problem. Will do.
We
Thank
do the
you.
entire program right now, but we appreciate if you can email DJ please on your listing. We're gonna make sure we have you queued up for the next one. But just if anybody has any questions, I know we didn't have too much engagement on the Zoom today, but we always try to make this a hybrid environment so that everybody on Zoom can participate. So if does anybody have any questions before we wrap up? Or go ahead.
I wanted to say I'm with Asset Preservation, a silver sponsor. If any of you need a 1031 exchange accommodator for your listings, I'd be happy to help.
Great, thank you.
Stephanie Kelsey.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Here's a question. How many people are on Zoom today?
Can we check? We just have 10.
There's 10 left. I think there were more.
Yeah.
People have
Someone is in the
dropped off.
chat asking a question.
So typically we're between 30 and
That's an AI.
between 30 and 70
Notaker.
people on there.
Okay.
But beforehand, guys, we used to always be on Zoom. That's all we did. And now we're engaging in person, and this is everybody coming together. And I think we had one in Pasadena where we had, I think we had somebody here. We had like 50 people at the League-Work, I think once upon a time. And it was incredible. I think it was also one of our first events after COVID. So everybody came together. So, but again, we want to get everybody engaged. So, but that's going to wrap up our forum. If anybody else has any questions, we're gonna wrap this up. So everybody have a wonderful rest of your week and rest of the month, and we'll see you in June. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody in June.